Welcome to the third to last round of this 38th season of Premier Sim Gaming Leagues in the PlayStation Formula 2 division. I'm your host, Otaku Logan, and I am joined by T66 here at the fabulous figure 8 track that is the Suzuka circuit in my prefecture, Japan. How are you doing, Mr. T-Dub?
I'm good. Looking forward to this one. Slightly lower numbers than we would be hoping for, just the 14. But legendary circuit. I remember last season, I think it was, we had a nice little fun race here at Suzuka, a bit of a strategic one. We had some good battles in there as well. So hopefully more of the same.
Indeed, we've got all the drivers coming out already. They are wasting no time getting on the fit. There's Sergio back from 1 week break last week. Probably a good reason he was missing last week. As you saw, the crash at Jeddah turn 27 on the final lap happened for the second season in a row. And somehow Gian won the race. And apparently, they haven't even figured out who's where in the standings because it's taken so long for them to do it. So we'll just say that Sergio is definitely championship leader for sure. Lifeboat had to win that race pretty much, and he couldn't. So Sergio is still in the lead of this championship with 3 rounds to go, and they're pretty crucial, especially here, a track with legendary status, and originally a Honda test track. I think it still is, but you know.
100%. The fabled home of Honda in F1 now that we don't go to the Fuji Speedway anymore. When was the last time we raced there? Was it 07?
08.
08.
I mean, controversial opinion, they should rotate it every year. I mean, look at the golf majors. They only go to St Andrews every 5 or 6 years for the Open, don't they? Or 7.
Let's not talk about rotation after what happened with Spa. What they did to my beloved Spa.
If they can't pay, they'll take it away.
Disgraceful. Epic Vale, one of the 3 drivers.
2006 to 2003 as well.
I just can't be dealing with it. Should we have I know we don't have any standings, but there are 2 other drivers along with Sergio involved in a championship battle. We don't quite know how many points separate them all, but it is Lifebout and Epic Vale who is the first out on the track. The 2 Haas drivers will actually be the first to set times in this session. Epic Vale needs a good Grand Prix, doesn't he?
He does. If he doesn't get one here, I think he could kiss his championship hopes goodbye at this rate. His teammate has been more superior when it's come to the race. But in pole position qualifying, he hasn't been too bad. Remember, you do get a point for pole position, so that does help if it is extremely close at the top of the table, or anywhere in the table, really. Just need me a second to put my glasses on because I'm struggling to see the names. Been watching too many screens today.
Not an ideal start to proceedings. Epic Vale, the lappers look pretty decent so far. Maybe a little bit conservative, in particular through Spoon curve of 13 and 14. Was leaving a decent margin as well going through the 2 Degner curves. So I would imagine that as the session progresses, Epic Vale will find more time. Certainly early in hot pursuit, coming up to 1:30 now. As the benchmark time, pulling gears around this little kinked final corner all the way over to the right hand side, 27.1. I'd imagine pole position will be well into the 26s.
Of course, the qualifying has been pretty close in some sessions this season. As you can see right now, the 2 Haas's are separated by under a tenth. As I was away from my chair, so there we go. By 102nd, Christian takes pole. But by over 2 tenths, Lifebout gets pole position back. Jan with a poor time, 128.138. He will have to go again without a doubt. Yasosaki coming across the line, he goes to P4. Sandwiching in between the 2 Haas's. Jude, which is Zixie's changed his name, has gone 8th. He was involved in the fight for the win last time as well, but of course that ended in disaster. He could have easily won that race. That would have been incredible. Here's Lawrence as well, and he's backed off, and he's actually hit the bollard. That will be a fine, undisclosed fine of, I think it's 40 pence. There's another one. Soapbox is not over, not 40 pence, 40 yen. We are in Japan after all. I don't know, it would be something like 5,000 yen, because it's a lot of yen to the pound.
It certainly is. And this is, did we expect this? The 2 Haas's 3rd and 5th. Sergio, the slowest of the 3 drivers that are on this championship battle. Obviously had a week off, so there will still probably be a little bit of rust for our championship leader, having last week being the first race of 2025. So he wouldn't have raced competitively in PSGL since mid-December.
Absolutely. I just got the word. £1 sterling is 192 yen. That's quite a lot. So if you win Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, you're not going to be a millionaire, are you? 1 million yen's probably about. I mean, that's what you got if you want Takeshi's Castle. £5,200. That's not too bad.
For a game show like that, yeah, that's not too bad at all.
Back in 1986, I think it was aired. Just around the time when the Japanese Grand Prix returned to the calendar.
Everybody coming out for their second runs of the session. Remember, we have no ghosting. We will be doing a restart between qualifying and the race, so you can use all of those 3 sets of soft compound tyres throughout this session. I think all of our drivers are going to make use of those soft compound tyres.
Oh, please do. It's absolutely worth it. Now, I should mention, there are 12 minutes left in the session. Got to cross the line before the time hits 0 to start a lap. You can finish the lap if the clock hits 0, but you've got to start before it hits 0. That's just to let you know. We got Patcheong Fuel. Sorry if I butchered that name. In the chat, welcome to the chat. This is Premier Sim Gaming Leagues, the best league in the world. Although we do believe we have a rival that's coming in next week. And I heard John Rockmere is going to be in it. That's why there's been no PCF1 action for weeks. And probably not for the rest of the season in the cycle. Which really sucks, but, you know, what can we do? It's more important to them. There's millions of dollars on the line. We can't blame them.
Yes, indeed. And we're going to go, people in the chat, we're just going to say G Fuel.
Just say G Fuel. What's the G stand for?
Patcheong G Fuel. Again, sorry, you said it before. Sorry if we butcher that, but told us to just say G Fuel for ease factor.
G-Force Fuel.
G-Force Fuel. Whoa! I'm having a look at Finlay, who invalidated on their first lap in the Mercedes, going down into the hairpin. Was looking pretty good. Absolutely locked the rears, entered it sideways.
His name is Finlay, and he loves to fight. If you know the ref, well, you're a legend.
I don't know the reference, I'm sorry.
WWE, there used to be a wrestler called Finlay. I think he still works for WWE, but, you know, behind the scenes. And his walk on his Titantron was, "My name is Finlay, and I love to fight." Horrible Irish accent because he was Irish, but, you know. Last corner, and Finlay has decided to back out again, so we'll have one last chance. Lawrence is coming towards the final stretch. That's 130R. There is no introduction needed for that corner. We all know how deadly 130R is. Ask Alan McNish. Sorry.
Oh.
Lots of lockups out of the Casio triangle. They'll have to calculate it pretty well if they want to get the best time possible.
Nice. Nice one.
Yes. There's a lot of stands there selling scientific calculators.
Soapbox bailing again, so like Finlay, unable to get a lap in the first couple of attempts. Didn't look particularly stable going through the Casio triangle. I think had a bit of grass on the tyre, so suggesting that maybe there had been an excursion off the circuit somewhere else. Everybody on their second flying laps of the session. Epic Vale is up by about half a tenth through the first couple of sectors, but I think has potentially backed out of this one because it's not particularly quick. Coming up to the line with the Haas, 27.1 to beat. No, does find a little bit of time, 27.0.
And Lifeboat's backed off. He still has the top time by 1.5 tenths. Christian coming to the Casio Triangle, and again, we're into the second half of qualifying now. And he comes to the line, and there's Sergioli setting the benchmark time, and so is Christian in the 126. So the top three now in the 126, but it's Sergioli that goes to the top. Make it 4, Evan now 1,000th of a second behind Christian. And just misses out on top 3. He is on the second row off the grid. Of course, we start in 2x2. not 3x3x3, which is a Rubik's Cube. I mean MotoGP, because that would be too dangerous. Up 5 now. That's Yasosaki across the line. Next should be... Well,
Chris
Zane's
Rebel is
backed off.
boxed.
He's boxed. He's in the penalty...
Yes.
I mean pit box, not the penalty box. That's ice hockey.
I feel like we haven't spoken about this for the last couple of weeks, how competitive PSGL is. Even in F2,
Oh, yes.
the top 5 drivers covered by less than half a tenth. Around a track as technical as Suzuka, as flowing as Suzuka. It's not a particularly short circuit by any means either. I mean, that's incredible.
No,
Epic Vale
absolutely
only a
not.
tenth and a half back.
Oh, yeah. Madness. And at this rate, it could be even closer.
We must be looking at a record for the closest PSGL F2 qualifying between the top 5 ever. 48 milliseconds.
Perhaps.
Surely nobody can trump that. But it is the returning championship leader that, as we will go into the final runs of the session with over 6 minutes to go, but I doubt we'll see people going for another couple of runs. Sergioli is leading Lifebout. Epic Vale
Yes,
with
he
work
is.
to do in 6th.
Yeah, but you can. To be fair, he's only just under 2 tenths down. And any other, if in the real F1, that probably could do better. But it's much more of a struggle in this division where everything is so close together. Look at 3rd, 4th, and 5th separated by 4 thousandths. And a quarter of a tenth if you're second. Half a
If
tenth
you're
first.
Yasisaki, you're feeling pretty hard done by.
Yeah, but at the same time, there is 1 lap to go, and just the smallest improvement could make the biggest difference.
So, interestingly, just under 6 minutes to go, Finlay is out there on the medium tyres and has invalidated on this run, so not 100% sure what the Mercedes driver is doing with this one. Maybe just trying to get his eye in, because that's going to be 3 attempts to get a flying lap on the board.
It's the banker lap, I think.
Maybe, but he's invalidated.
He's run out of fuel anyway, so have to
Practicing his
invalidate
race.
him.
So,
And why would you do that in this session? I think he was. Yeah, you see the medium tires, the yellow stripe on the side of the tires. Jan starts his lap. Lifeboat's on a lap again, and he's around the hairpin, heading towards the long curve up to the spoon curve. 1:26.902 to beat. He's still on the front row, but he wants to get to that pole position. I'd say that's a pretty decent exit out of the spoon curve. Now up towards the back stretch to 130R. How will he tackle this? Doesn't even touch the curb. And that DRS marker, by the way, is not DRS, it's the detection zone. There's only one of them. And he goes to the top. 1:26.883.
and there's more time on the board because he lost half a tenth in the final sector. Was a little bit deep into the Casio triangle. Just pushed him a little bit wider of the apex than he would have liked. So potentially even more time there for Lifebout. Jan is improving, but on that 28.1 is going to have to find even more time in the middle and final sector. The Aston Martin, who will be next across the line. 7 tenths up, but that's not really going to challenge the top 7, you would imagine.
No, here we are to the final corners. How is last week's race runner from a miracle going to do here? Goes 6, still hasn't cracked 1:26, over a tenth behind his nearest challenger, Yaxer Saki. And who else has got through? That is Epic Vale is still on a lap. Chris Rebel's cross the line 8th. Lawrence coming across the line now. He is improving, but how much is he improving by Ali's pit?
And Epic Vale's made a mess of his first sector going again, 6 tenths
dear.
down. So that has really struggling. Christian is out there, but is 300ths down through the first sector and looked a little bit wide coming out of Spoon Curve as well. So it almost feels like we've reached the upper limit for a lot of these drivers.
Soapbox is unable to set a lap, and he's run out of time, and I think he's run out of tyres. He's retired from the session. So he will start at the very back of the grid. Oh no, Christian! He's cut the chassis triangle and will be unable to set a time here. Is that the end of his session? Has he got one last stint in him? We'll have to see. Epic Vale has just come in, and I'm sure Chris Rebel. Look at all the mud on Chris Rebel's car. My goodness. So much mud. And Jan coming around has already set. I'm sure Chris Rebel will have time to get a... Okay, Soapbox has got massive game prizes apparently. So he will rejoin the lobby. He will be in last place. He will be...
That is not ideal at all.
Yes. You'll have it all to do. Hopefully he gets out on time. We're just waiting for the drivers to make their way out for their final lap. Finley is one of them. Lifeboat is coming out. I think they should all have enough time to get out, hopefully. Takes him about a minute and a half to get around. Chris Rebel has decided not to go back out. So we're down to 12 in this session. Sergioli is getting ready, it seems. I can see them. Yeah, I can see them getting out there. Now, will he have enough time? Sorry, that's Epic Vale coming out. Yeah, he'll have enough time. I think they'll all have enough time, except Jan? Is Jan coming out?
They're together? No, it's a Ferrari. They're leaving this very, very late.
I think he'll have no time to get there. Yeah, he's going to have no time. Jan's going to have no time.
Here.
I think he'll get round. He's already passed the stretch. Yeah, Jan is not going to make it. He has no time. He's not allowed to cut corners, as you know. So the first lap will be set by Even Now.
I think we need to talk a little bit about the improvement for Evan Nye, actually, because in the last few rounds, very, very good qualifying pace. Has been caught up in maybe a couple of instances that they wouldn't have liked, but we've seen a real jump in performance, currently holding fourth, albeit only 0.06 of a second off provisional pole. This could be a very, very big and barnstorming result. Isn't improvement in Sector 1? No, down by a third of a tenth.
Alright, so to under the bridge we go to Evan Nye. And now, hence to the hairpin. And Yasser Saki on a lap as well. And 20 seconds left. I don't think Jan's even going to get close to the line. No, he's not. Christian, is he going to get the line? 10 seconds. I think he'll just be fine. Yeah, he'll be fine. He'll manage to get a time on. And here he goes on his final lap now. Who is crossing the line first? I think. Well, it's not Jan. He's well out of it. So it will be, I think, Evan Nye. Yes.
He's still down.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Evan or even Nye. Interesting. Thanks, Dirk.
Whoa! Zane is up by 5.5 tenths.
Wow. But
Keep an eye on that green machine.
But can he get it done in the third sector? Here goes to the line. Is it going to be... Oh, it's the top time from last to first goes Zane by 16 thousandths.
Oh, Lifeboat wrestling the car through Spoon Curve as well. Was half a tenth up through the first sector, but potentially losing a little bit of time. Evan Knight did jump up one place ahead of Christian. Bumped back down by the Aston Martin. Lifeboat is down by 0.2 of a second. That mistake that mistake through Spoon Curve costly, and Sergioli's messed it up as well.
Yeah, so Saki is out. He's... Oh my, he's had a horrible crash at the pit board, and he's not improved. Lifeboat is out of it. Sergioli's invalidated. Christian is improving. He's improving by a lot. This could be the one.
Watch for Epic Vale as well. Up by a tenth. Needs to find a little bit more in this final sector.
This is his weakness, though. Can he snatch pole at the death?
Oh.
Yes, he can. Right at the end. Christian is on pole. I saw it flash up with fastest lap. It is pole position for Christian. Look at that as well. 118. I thought it was 7 something. Where did that come from?
Nearly. It was so very nearly for TRT Zane. Lifeboat and Sergio making mistakes on their final runs, but Christian was there to snatch it back for Ferrari. Even 9th, 5th ahead of Lawrence and Yasir Saki. Jan Epic Vale down in 9th with Jude in 10th. Top 10 covered by just over 3/10. Top 13, or the 13 runners, covered by less than 4.5 And like you said there, Diogo Silva jumping in. So we will be up 15. To 15.
Unless Soapbox cannot make it, he's had problems with issues, but whatever happens, Diogo Silva will be in last place.
Yes.
Lawrence is not from Jamaica.
Oh.
It's Jude. And I don't think... Will it be raining during the race? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the rules are on it. But if it is, then this will be fun.
Indeed.
I love that pit box. It's so gorgeous. And by the way, it looks weird because it's actually... The track is sloped downwards when you're going forwards. It's strange. So that's why the pit box looks like it's on a slope. It's weird, but that's how the track was designed. So, yeah, it's don't. I think it would be too short for you anyway. But don't knock your head on those edges of the DHL hoardings. Ignore this. This is not the proper start because, of course, we'd have to make changes and all.
Faux start. What we should do though is talk about GT Omega.
Yes, of course. GT Omega is the site for gaming peripherals, and they go initial D'ing into the first two corners. Alexa, play Night of Fire. Or Running in the 90s, I don't know. Yes, GT Omega, the #1 site if you want some cool sim racing peripherals. You can get gaming chairs, you can get wheel setups, you can get pretty much anything. Chairs. Racing chairs, and a discount code. There is a discount code with GT Omega.
Yes, there is.
5% off on GT Omega products if you use the code PSGL at checkout. gtomega.co.uk. Green chairs, sync racing cockpits, anything. I wonder what other cool products they have.
Best in the business.
Apparently. By the way, they've got office products as well. I could actually buy from here right now.
So it's Christian who won the fake start from pole. Like the outcome, it has to be said. Who won the race of the first retire? It was Leonardo. So
I forgot.
Sandwiching.
Wait, Leonardo's here. Yes. I didn't realise that.
No man-like, so the two cannot continue to butt heads as they have done in previous PSGL F2 races.
Right, so Soapbox is not here right now. I don't think he'll be able to compete. So we'll still be at 14, but we'll have to double check.
I imagine we'll get a little notice at least. Soapbox is back in.
Yeah, that's great.
Excellent news.
Wait, 1 second, people.
I don't know where Logan's going. Which means I'm going to have to take you through the next 30 seconds. I would go through the standings, but we of course don't have them. So let's just go through the results from last week. We had no penalties applied, and we also had Lifebout's 10-second penalty removed. So it was Jan who picked up I'm going to say a famous victory. I think that is the best way to put that one. Kevin's came home in second place ahead of Yanil. Then it was Zane, Aston Martin 1 and 4. Zixi, who is now racing as Jude, in 5th. Lifeboat crossed the line in 6th, gets moved back up to that position. Soapbox 7th, ahead of Lawrence, Nassim, and then Nordic Ninja, your top 10 last week in Jeddah. Next time we go there, we'll be wondering if it'll be 3 out of 3 for final lap collisions between all of the leading contenders coming out of the final corner. And still, no Logan. We could speculate as to...
Sorry guys, just had to fix something. I know it would have made a lot of noise if I didn't turn my mic off, so yeah.
Just going through last week's race result.
I got new darts in the mail.
Oh.
Would you like to guess what kind they are?
Are they Luke Littler darts?
Unfortunately, yes. They were 99 quid.
99... Okay.
Well, it is the most popular player on tour. Why wouldn't they sell it? Supply and demand. I'm actually going to throw some right now.
If there's something I've learned, you shouldn't just use darts that
collector's
the best player in the world
items!
uses.
They're collector's items.
That is very true. I have got a set of Gary Anderson World Championship winning darts.
Oh, Gary Anderson. He's a pure sport. Sometimes. Michael Van Gogh, you never see him angry at his opponent. He's always gracious in defeat. Well, I've seen anyway.
There have been a couple of times.
Okay, the 9 darters, he just wants to get on the game, I guess. But when at the end of the game, he's always congratulating his opponent. Oh, we're getting going.
I remember a game with Daryl Gurney a few years ago where they had a little bit of a scrap afterwards.
Well, Luke Littler had a scrap with Petreshka once.
He did. Pikachu.
But that was because Petreshka was... Yeah, Pikachu doesn't really get angry, does he, in Pokemon? No, he doesn't. I'm still throwing darts at the wall. The darts don't come with... Right, we should stop getting off topic. Just remember, it is... Just remember, it's Christian on the front row, it's Zane in second, and
Sergio then Lifeboat. And it is dry.
Yes. Okay, that's cool. Very sunny, which is not supposed to happen in January. It's supposed to be very cold, although that probably is Sapporo.
Cold and wintry. Obviously, setups have to be reapplied. Everybody getting their tyre strategies in order as well. Fuel loads, all of the like. Last week, I remember we took absolutely ages to get this sorted. So hopefully, we've got fewer drivers. Hopefully, we can get all the setups and all that malarkey sorted as quickly as possible. And then we can get on with what we're actually here for. The racing.
Yeah. Absolutely. You know what really is sad? That I wasn't at Autosport International. I'm sorry, Jess. I'm sorry, Joshua. Anyway, here we go. We have 5 lights ahead of our brave gladiators, and they're underway. 15 drivers are waiting for action. And who is it going to be that gets into the corner first? It should be Christian ahead of Zane, and Lifeboat's got ahead of Sergio, or has he? Coming into the first 2 corners. It's side by side they head into the S's, and there's a bit of a squabble back there, but it seems to be all cleared up. No, it's still continuing. It's Jan and Jude competing for 9th position. They're still at it, my goodness, but Jude eventually gets ahead. The guy formerly known as Zixi up into 8th place. Yasser Saki's lost position as well in that battle. Leonardo passed Finley in 12th place, but heading through, it's Christian long way ahead. It seems like in the figures, half a second into the second part of the section, past the bridge, and now to the hairpin.
Oh, Epic Vale down the inside of Lawrence into the hairpin, but struggling to get the power down, locking the rears as well. Potentially going to lose 7th place now to Judas. The Haas and the Kicksauber battle it out, coming up towards Spoon Curve. The Haas will have the inside, and actually the Kicksauber backing out of that one. But a decent little start, though, from Epic Vale, from 9th on the grid up into 7th. Was nearly 6th, couldn't quite pull it off.
Just to let you know, all the drivers are on hard tyres, as you can see on the screen. Hard tyres, well, I'm not sure why that is. Is it going to rain later? Maybe. But anyway, just looking to now, it is still Christian ahead, all within DRS train of each other, and that will start in the second lap. And here comes Jan on the outside, and he gets bumped by Yasosaki heading into the Casio triangle, and is unable to make the move. That was a bit controversial. Anyway, gets out of the corner, and now begins the second lap. We've lost T-Dub.
You know when you mute your microphone accidentally and then forget to unmute it? What I was trying to say, though, was Epic Vale. I'm watching the Haas. That rear end looks incredibly unstable. Had a big wobble coming out of the Casio triangle. Again, not looking particularly comfortable through the first sector. Neither is Lawrence, who gets on the curb. Massive wiggle for the Alpine, and now it's going to be all under pressure from the Haas of Epic Vale.
And they're going to come up out of the S's and into Degna together. And wow, that's so close Epic Vale has got to Lawrence. These are both ET8 drivers, so they've got to be careful. They've got their team, the esports team pride on the line as well.
Not electing to send it up the inside of the hairpin, as he tried on the previous turn. Wasn't quite close enough to the back of that Alpine. Still, we are retaining the status quo. The top five have not moved from their starting position. Zane taking a little bit too much curb on the entry to Spoon curve. Bit of a wobble for the Aston Martin, but manages to collect the slide and continue on in second place ahead of Lifebout and Sergio battling for that championship. Of course, Epic Vale still shadowing every move from Lawrence in the middle sector, but as we come up towards 130R, we aren't going to see any Fernando Alonso overtakes around the outside thus far.
No, we are not, but here we go, heading into the third lap of this race. This is PSGL, brought to you by GT Omega. Christian leads the way, and he also has the fastest lap, a bonus point if he gets that too. But now DRS battles abundant as Epic Vale takes Lawrence's 6th spot. And into he goes. The top three also quite knit too, as there's a battle for last place, and Diogo Silva's won it. A battle you don't want to win.
Yeah, battle for the wooden spoon. In fact, Soapbox has got back ahead of the McLaren of Diogo Silva, and they've become detached from the back of the pack. But that move from Epic Vale, couple of laps coming absolutely easy as you like with the helping hand of DRS. Probably a little bit of ERS usage as well, and has set off in hot pursuit of this leading quintet.
Absolutely. Oh, a bump from Jan on Yasosaki, but they get out unscathed. And behind them is Leonardo and Finlay also dueling for the position. Now, what have we got in the hairpin? Not much of note, surprisingly. You think with them close together they'll be dueling for position to there, but not today. In lap number 3, 2 attempts separates Lifebout and Zane. I think Lifebout's got the better straight line speed heading into Spoon Curve. Now towards 130 go. There's the support paddock. Did he ever use that other than support paddock? Possibly not. But now Lifebout is closing up again. Lifebout, as Zane takes a different line to Casio Triangle. Is that defensive tactics heading into the Casio Triangle? Perhaps. But now Zane is going to have a challenge for the lead, and Christian's all unsteady out off the final corner. Now here we go. It's going to be a freeway battle for the lead as behind Yasosaki's making the move on June. What's going to happen here? My goodness, Lifebout trying to find some room, but he can't get it, and now he's pushed off by Zane. Zane holds on to second position. The top three stay as they are, but as a result of all those infighting, they've brought the three behind them into the battle too, and maybe more if they're not going to be careful.
Yeah, just really unfortunate positioning there for Lifebout, getting caught out by Zane trying to pass Christian. Was thinking about sending out the inside of the pair of them, but very sensibly electing not to go 3 wide down into turn number 1 and turn number 2. Almost then tried to swing it around the outside of Zane as he backed out of it as well, but unable to make that move stick. Epic Vale was almost pushing even Nye through the first sector of this lap. Very, very close down to the hairpin. Lifebout continuing to mirror every move that Zane throws in that Aston Martin car, almost pushing him through the apex of the hairpin.
As now they come towards Spoon Curve again, but be more careful about how they go about fighting through the turns in this early stage of the race. You don't want to ruin your race this early, especially with those hard tyres on. Up we go towards 130R for the 4th time tonight. Lifebout coming close, so is Zane. No, I wish I had better camera angles. There's going to be a move into the Casio Triangle, is there? No, there's not.
Yeah, feels like a move that you don't really want to make because you get that overtake down, then potentially going to lose it straight away down the main straight with some slipstream and DRS. Is it going to be this time that we see the lead changing hands? Christian is vulnerable. Here comes the Aston Martin. Here comes the RB Zane, not wanting to move up the inside. Tentative little look, maybe, or almost a little bit of contact. Rear right tyre to front left of the Ferrari and the Aston Martin, but staying in formation. No changes behind either.
Now we come to the 5th lap of the race, and Lifeboat is right behind Zane. Look how close they are. You could cut it with a knife. Actually, please don't do that. Pretty dangerous if you do. Oh! I thought we saw a spinner, but that was just all the cars coming through Decna 2. I apologise for getting your heart beating. But what about there's a move? There's a move, and it's on Sergioli, the championship leader. Evan Nye and him are coming to blows in the hairpin, but it is Sergioli that defends 4th position successfully. But now, Epic Vale can lick his lips and try and get out of this Haas sandwich. Get out of your own sandwich, I'd love to. Lifeboat, that's a bad wobble from Zane out off the spoon curve, and now Lifeboat is going to have a shot. He's right behind him. He's going to have a shot at the move, but he's not going to get it. Now into 130 he goes. He's going to go for a move on the outside of the Casio Triangle. Is he? No. But I'll tell you who is. Epic Vale on the inside. But he can't get it done, but he'll have a great run for the DRS.
This should be very, very easy. I tell you what, Christian was tracking like a truck coming up towards the Casio Triangle. Here comes Lifeboat to the inside, takes 2nd position. The Haas is changing hands as well, changing position, sorry, as Epic Vale getting ahead of Evan Nye, eventually passing that Williams. He couldn't do it into the Casio Triangle, does do it down into turn number 1, but Zane finally relinquished his 2nd position. What are the Haas going to make of this one now? This
is one big game of chess, follow the leader, and musical chairs combined, and we love every second of it. Through we come to Degner now. It's between... Oh, actually, it's Dunlop. I apologise. Not Degner. This is Degner. Here we come. There's 2 parts of it. And the 2 Hasses are together, and now they've got a championship battle in them. Oh! And he doesn't care about teammate orders, does he? Well, probably isn't any. Epic Vale gets past Sergioli, or does he? Sergioli's going to try and defend this off. There is a Constructors' Championship battle they have to win, although they're leading it by quite a loop. But they're still heading into war, into the spoon curve, and Epic Vale is into 4th. But he might have a lot of ground to make up from that battling, and now Evan Nye wants back in the top 5.
Sergioli finding himself defenceless around the outside, run over the curbs and off the road by his teammate, but Epic Vale, robust in his attempts to get through, does get past Sergioli, jinking around, thinking about maybe sending up the inside into the Casio Triangle, as does Evan Nye, trying to get that place back from one of the Hasses. This time it's Sergioli he's getting stuck into with. And we do.
Crash. Jude and Chris Rebel have had an incident, and I think Finley, something's happened to Finley. I think he might have got an illegal overtake, and Chris Rebel has retired from the session.
Oh, Epic Vale, way too ambitious up the inside of Zane. Makes it work in the end, snatching 2nd place, but he sent it, launched it up the inside from a mile away on the Aston Martin. Successful in getting through, but I don't think Zane will be particularly pleased with what he's just witnessed.
Well, that is something I missed, and I do apologise, ladies and gentlemen. I was just too focused on what was happening behind because they were very close together.
Yeah, battles all the way throughout the field. Started a little bit subduedly the first 3 or 4 laps, but now the balls have been let out of the cage. Zane was thinking about a move up the inside of Epic Vale, then tried around the outside, now having to defend from the other Haas as he continues to be in this sandwich. Sergioli trying to keep up with his teammate and main championship rival Lifeboat and Epic Vale. Evan Nye not particularly close at the moment to the back of that 2nd Haas coming towards Spoon Curve, although Sergioli a little bit wide of both apexes.
Yes, he is, and now this will give Evan Nye an opportunity to claw back some of that time he's lost, and that position he lost, of course. Now, is there going to be any moves at 130R again? Oh, I wonder. Not to my knowledge, no. Not looking at that, but now coming out of the final corner.
Mistake
oh, he has made a mistake.
Oh, but look at the straight line speed, dumping that ERS. He's going to be comfortable, closing up to the back of the Ferrari. Sergioli is going to push Zane down a further position. More misery for the driver that started on the front row. Almost managed to nick pole position right at the end of the session. Down into 5th behind Sergioli. Evan Nye next on the list to try and relegate the green machine.
And Zane, of course, had a dismal qualifying session until the final lap he got to the front row. As a result, was pit by Christian to pole position, but Christian is well ahead, 4 attempts ahead of his nearest rival, Lifebout, who might be in. Oh, Epic Vale's had a slide in Degner. I was about to say, oh no! Oh, that's Lawrence's slide out. I thought he was going to crash there, but luckily he saves it, but it's all the way down in 12th.
Very easy to do, very, very easy to do with how aggressive those curbs are, particularly through Degner 2 and the Alpine taking a trip into the grass, doing a little bit of lawn mowing for us all.
Yeah, luckily it wasn't, no repair jobs were needed from the marshals for that barrier he could have crashed in because he saved it. And now we head into 130R once again. Lifeboat starting to close up, starting to claw him in, reel him in like a fisherman on the coast of Japan. They love their fishing, the Japanese, I tell you. Through to lap number 9. And Lawrence has got a 10-second penalty for corner cut, and is he giving up? I think he's giving up. As now Lifeboat's going to try and take the lead. He's going to go to the inside. Oh, and Epic Vale punching again. He's going well, crossing the line today, I tell you. He was on Zane, and now he's on Christian, and Christian's struggling. He's just lost the lead, and now he might be about to lose second place if he's not careful. Epic Vale starting to close up. He's fuming, is Epic Vale. I don't know what set him alight today. Whatever it is, it's helping him get up the order. I'm not sure the stewards will be happy.
Yeah, determined to win absolutely every fight he gets involved in. That was very similar to the move that he pulled on Zane a couple of laps ago, but this time wasn't successful in getting past the Ferrari. Thought about sending it up the inside into the hairpin of turn number 11, but quite wisely opting to stay behind, remain in third position. Sergioli very close to the back of his teammate as well. Jan in 7th place has dropped off the back of the leading group, so it is going to be a battle between 6 cars. As we saw last week, this can only end one way.
Oh no. Look at the gaps! 6th place is 1.5 seconds down. 4th place is 9 tenths down. This is how close it is. It is microsurgery, I think.
And as many times as you race in contextual scenarios like this, when it is so close between so many cars, it is always stressful, this level of close quarters.
Yes, you have got to hold your nerve and hold it well. Christian's going to take the lead again. Epic Vale is going to try and make a gambit for the lead as well, but he's not going to get there quick enough. He gets 2nd place though, and Lifeboat goes from 1st to 3rd.
And there was a little bit of contact. The RB just went into the back of Epic Vale in the Haas, who's trying to swing it around the outside. Look at this for a switchback. It could be incredible, but I don't think Epic Vale's quite going to have the overspeed. That was almost overtake of the season contender, but he's all over the back of Christian.
Look how close they are. They're within half a second, the top 4. Half a second. Well, 6 tenths, but now the top 5 are within 1 second. Evan Knives within 1.2.
Oh, a little bit of bumping and grinding. Lifeboat into the back of Epic Vale, compromising his exit coming out of the hairpin. Sergioli not quite close enough to capitalise. Zane, in the context of this battle between the top 6, a little bit detached from the quartet in front, although 3 tenths to call that detached as Lifeboat's off the circuit.
Yeah, he's gone wide, and that might reel in Sergioli and try and take 3rd place and have both Haas in the podium spots. But now Christian is going to have to hold his nerve because Epic Vale is really starting to feel it. Is he trying to move? No, he's pulled back, I see. He's starting to slow down when he realised, no, I'm not going for that. I've got a whole long straight to go. Because here we go, lap 11, and he's going to have a chance to take the lead. And there's going to be defensive tactics from Lifeboat against Sergio. Here comes Epic Vale, into the lead he goes. He started in 9th place, and he's went all the way up to the lead. What a climb.
Robust in his attacks on other drivers, but ruthless and relentless as well. Epic Vale charging his way from 9th, like you said, to lead within 11 laps of this Japanese Grand Prix. Can he try and break away? It's going to be very, very difficult to do, but he's looking very, very impressive at the moment.
Absolutely. Top 5 are still right in this battle, and it's only lap 11. It feels like it's just the first lap.
And it should be noted as well that from Jan down, they've managed to get themselves back into the DRS train. Epic Vale's off the road. Terrible punt coming out of the hairpin. Must have just Tony Hawked it on the exit curb, taking him into the grass. And Christian's not going to think about a move up the inside of Spoon Curve. I would describe that as unwise. Sergio very close to the back of Lifebout still, but that was an opportunity for Christian and maybe the first chink in the armour of Epic Vale that we've seen.
And now Christian is going to try and get through. He's going to try, and he's going to. He really wants to get past him, but Lifeboat wants past too. Lifeboat with a surprise attack at the Casio Triangle. He calculated that very well.
Watch Sergioli. This is going to be 3 wide potentially.
No.
We cut the beam 2 wide. We are going to be 3 wide. Who's going to come out on top? Sergioli, I think, is backing out of this. It's Ferrari versus RB. Around the outside we go with Christian, who just about holds onto the position. Lifebout was there, just about, but couldn't make it stick.
Christian somehow holds on to second place. And there's Finley has got ahead of Jude. I think Jude's having problems. He's down on 11th now.
And Lawrence is out of the race also.
Yeah. Oh, did we not say? Okay. Well, we're down to 13 then, here. Unfortunately for G Fuel, your driver is out. Very sorry. But we got 13 others in the mix, all ready to give it their all.
And look at it. It is still, I know we haven't focused on it too much, but this does still go all the way down into 10th place Finlay, this battle.
Yeah, 3.2 seconds separates first from 10th. 1.5 seconds separates first from second. It doesn't get any closer than this.
First through 7th, separated by a second and a half.
Here we
Look
go.
at the different lines everybody takes.
Yeah, Christian was thinking about a move, but I think that might have been a dummy to prevent Lifeboat from attempting a pass. But he might have a pass here. Here we go again. Another chance to take the lead coming for Christian. He's going to go on the inside. Jude has retired from the race, but Christian back in the lead. Is the response from Epic Vale? No, and he's sliding around as he tries to get Lifeboat away from his second place. You dare not touch that boy, he says.
And he tried that little move up the inside of turn number 2 again to get first place back. Christian all over the place, not troubling any apexes through the S-curves of the first sector of the moment, almost allowed Epic Vale to take the lead straight back from him.
Look at how close furthest to first. Usually that would be first to second, but it's not. Actually, no, this is first to second. Look at this. This is an accident waiting to happen.
Sergioli's up the inside, a Lifebout down into the hairpin. I don't think he's quite got enough of the Haas alongside. It was an audacious little lunge, but just got boxed in a little bit over the curb. But Sergioli now starting to make his intentions clear.
Absolutely. Sergioli and Zane starting to close up in the top 3 again. And now, is there going to be any dastardly moves from anyone into 130R/Casio Triangle? Well, let's see. Zane, the closer contender, I'd have to say, but you also can't count out Evan Nye there. Let's see what's going to happen. Into the Casio Triangle we go once again. No one opting to take a gamble, so it's going to be down at the stretch. And Christian's going to be under pressure again from Epic Vale, who started in 9th, is going to try and take the lead again. And there it is, back into the lead he goes. Further back, it's Jan is trying to get up into 7th place, but he can't get anything done about it. So Epic Vale, once again, our new leader.
An interesting one just to keep an eye on. Leonardo was running 9th place, was the driver right at the train of this big train of cars, right at the tail of this big train of cars. Has pulled an undercut attempt, jumped onto the medium tyres. Watch this space. Not everyone in this queue can jump into the pits at the end of this lap if they want to react to that shot thrown by the Ferrari. That could be a genius move from Leonardo to try and get himself a few places.
And look at Epic Vale starting to pull away. Just to mention what happened to Lawrence. Whoa, Lifeboat runs into Christian. Luckily no damage at the hairpin. Lawrence says, good Fanatec, uncalibrated my pedals mid-race and made me spun out. And that was how Lawrence retired from the race.
That's the definition of unfortunate. Sorry, Lawrence,
it's like
for that one.
Engine failures in real-life Formula 1, you know?
Yes.
Or power failures, etc. So that's just how we simulate it pretty much. Just like the real world. Christian is closing up again to Epic Vale, but he's got to be careful. Lifeboat's there waiting, and Sergio took a very different line into 130R. They're all snug together again, and oh! Sliding into the pits they go! The top two! Lifeboat will take the lead!
Yeah, they had to react to what Leonardo was doing. The Ferrari setting some very good sector times and looking incredibly quick in that middle sector in particular on those brand new medium compound tyres. So we'll see what the effect of the undercut is. The top four
Mediums.
Staying out, top six technically, as Soapbox passes Diogo Silva. Epic Vale is still ahead of Christian as he comes out of that Haas pit box. I think yes, he was. Here comes Leonardo though.
Oh,
and Leonardo,
he's right next to his teammate.
That has worked out absolutely beautifully because that is net third place when he was ninth when he came in for his stop. So Leonardo playing the strategy card absolutely beautifully. Bit of a wobble going over the curves of the S-curves through the first sector.
My.
Got to try and keep this pace up now.
You can see Leonardo has cracked the Da Vinci Code with the help of Dan Brown, but apparently he's taken advantage while squabbling up front, and now we have a new challenger for the win.
Very much possible. And now we've got to see where Lifeboat and Sergioli will emerge in this train of cars. They were running third and fourth. I highly doubt they'll be running third and fourth by the time they come in to make the stops.
Now's not the time to fight and waste time. Got to put the hammer down, come in. I'd say you'd have to come in now, wouldn't you?
100%. If you don't pit this lap, your race is ruined. You've got to jump back into that DRS train.
Oh,
Lifeboat, terrible run out of the final
He's
chicane.
not pitting.
What is going on there?
Zane is, Finley is, and it's a battle for the lead on track. Sergioli back into the lead ahead of Lifeboat, but now we've got to our eyes on Zane. Where's he going to come out in relevance to Christian? There he is. Christian leading this. Actually, no, it's Epic Vale. I apologise, Epic Vale. I forgot Epic Vale pit. Leonardo sets the fastest lap, unsurprisingly. Oh, he's well ahead. He is well ahead.
Whoa.
Oh, and it's a free-wide battle. The two Ferraris were challenging the lead of Epic Vale, though. Let's say the net lead. But yeah, Zane is behind Jan.
And potentially, I didn't quite catch it, but it looked potentially like there might have been a little bit of moving under braking from Epic Vale down to turn number one. Christian tapped the back off the Haas. His teammate Leonardo tried to go around the outside. Like you said, it was very nearly a three-wide moment. Didn't quite catch it, but Christian definitely ran into the back of the Haas.
Oh.
And that's not something you usually do. So close.
The two Ferraris near colliding each other in the Degner. I should mention, Epic Vale, I'm surprised he's not playing the team game and trying to hold up to help Sergioli.
He's got a championship to fight for, Epic Vale. He still believes.
Still believes. Well, oh yes, you do have a point, actually. Sergioli is his challenger, but then again, you do have Lifeboat up there. And I think they should be pitting now.
It's interesting what they're doing. They are coming into the pit, so they've given themselves a 2-lap offset. Is that enough to maybe try the soft tyres? I'd be surprised if they put those red stripe tyres on with 11 laps to go.
I don't see anything. No, there's mediums. No. They're mediums. Now let's go back to the front. Oh! And Leonardo's went wide and he's fighting with Jan and Evan Nye. Oh, this might be dangerous if he goes to the left, but he's fine. And Jan has set the fastest lap. Oh, what is that? That was a Barrichello Schumacher move from Hungary 2010. That was extremely dangerous. And they're still not finished. Sergioli has come out in 9th. Lifeboat in 10th. It's a disaster.
Well, they've got fresher tyres and they're going to have to work their way through this big scrap of 9 cars. Leonardo's wide again. The Ferrari really struggling.
Yeah, he's on the older set of tyres, and now he's starting to fall foul of all the drivers behind him. Zane, Zaki as well, trying to fight for the position. But my word, this race has turned on its head because of all the squabbling up front, whilst there were drivers that had just pitted, making their run.
I mean, they're obviously not out of this race, Sergioli and Lifeboat, because they're in this DRS train still, but they've given themselves a lot of work to do. If you're going to win this race, he's going to have to. He's in net 7th place at the moment, sir. Net 8th place, sorry, Sergio, with Soapbox yet to come into the pits. It's a lot of cars you've got to overtake. Leonardo continuing to struggle wide through Spoon Curve. Zane all over the back of the Scarlet car. I think it's only a matter of time before those two swap places, potentially down to 130R. It's a brilliant run using a little bit of ERS. We are going to be side by side. Who's going to back out of it? Are we going to be brave between the pair of them up over the curb? Goes Zane in the green machine of the Aston Martin. Going to continue this around the outside. Leonardo's later on the brakes and holds the position.
Leonardo, one of the Teenage Mutant Ninja, Ferrari drivers, defending with all his life as Evan Nye gets the fastest lap. Remember, point for the fastest lap. Christian is beaten by Epic Vale into the turn for the lead again. As Soapbox is there still. Is he going the softs? Must be. It'd be foolish to go in the mediums now.
Leonardo could be costing Sergioli and Lifeboat a shot at winning this race. Barely clinging onto the coattails of the quartet in front, tried to keep himself within the DRS range, has closed up nicely through this first sector, but that gap did go over a second as they came down to turn number 1, so just watch out for that one. Leonardo needs to try and recover these tyres, recover the pace, and keep himself, and everybody behind indeed, in the fight for the win.
Yeah, time management definitely key now at this point of the race. We're heading into the final third, 18 after 27 laps now. The gap between the Soapbox, the Rogue Runner, and Epic Vale is very close. And look how close Christian, he was thinking about it. He was thinking about it into Spoon Curve, but he's like, no, I'll try a more sensible option. And Soapbox is 3 seconds ahead, and now these two have got to be careful how they navigate around him if he doesn't pit. Is there going to be a move from Christian? He's not speeding up. Is he going to go for the move here? No, he's not. He was teasing him like a little kitty, wasn't he?
Just trying to put him out of kilter so that he gets a bad run out of the Casio triangle. But in fact, it's the Ferrari with the worst run. The DRS is going to help him close all the way back up to the rear of that Haas car. Look at the overspeed. Look at the straight line speed. This could be a couple of places lost because Evan Nye wants a piece of the action but backing out of it. Evan
Nye is well in this duel now. And so is Jan. He's right there too. There's a 4 and a 4 and a 2. As you can see, a 4-4-2 formation, inspired by was it England 1966? I can't remember, but now they've got to be careful. They're starting to really close up to Soapbox, who's still goal hanging, or trying to go on softs. This would be incredible if he pulls this off.
Now, we've seen no progress so far from Sergioli or Lifeboat either. Still sat in 9th and 10th on the road, albeit Sergioli very close to the back of Yasisaki. Could we see a move into the hairpin? You bet we're going to see a move into the hairpin. Yasisaki not going to live that one down, though. Bit of a bump, bit of a grind as well. And the Alpine holds on to 8th position.
And this is not good for Lifeboat either. He's right behind Sergioli. And clearly the more superior driver in terms of skill. Can't get anywhere up in the order. This is bad news for them. Good news for Vale.
And it was a mistake from Yasisaki down into Spoon Curve, locking that front left tyre into turn number 13. Just sent him a little bit wide. Sergioli unable to force that Haas alongside to try a second attempt at getting 8th position from the Alpine car. You can see Sergioli continuing to take that very weird line coming out of 130R, getting all the way over to the left-hand side of the circuit as quickly as possible. Look at this, from second down into 10th.
Here we go again. It's Epic Vale going to take the lead. I'm sure that's a strategic move from him. Yes, he's through. Is there any move from the Ashersaki? No, it doesn't seem like it. Yes, there is. He's going into the second corner. That was an ambitious move, and he doesn't get it. It was an ambitious move, but it has caught Zane off guard.
Oh, Lifebout taking too much curb. Sergioli back on the tail of Yasisaki. Surely he's not going to go for a move into Degna 1. This would be ridiculous. Some might even say stupid.
No. And he knows better than that. He backs out when it's due. And look at now, they're getting into DRS zone. Soapbox. Is he going to play spoiler, Soapbox? He's going to stand on his own, Soapbox, and say, you know what? I'm going to take this race into my own hands. I'm going to throw over the entire order.
He's got no loyalties, no other Red Bull driver in this battle, and there's no other NLR driver in this battle.
Yep. So, here we go. They've got to be careful. Soapbox is there. He's leading for a long while, he has, and he's still not pit. wants a safety car, perhaps. So, what's going to be the move from Christian? He looks at his playbook, and Soapbox has pit. So, clear track now for every one of these drivers. Here comes Christian on the outside of turn number 1, and he's through, back into the lead. Further back, no change, it seems. Was that Yasusaki pushing around? And that's Finley is out. Finley is out. He's out, and we got a safety car.
That was a very weird one there. Finlay was lagging all over the place. Threw him into the barrier. I wonder if there was a little bit of netcode involved, because I cut to him and it looked like he was inside Lifebout.
Oh dear. And so safety car is going to bring Dioso and Soapbox back into play, but this isn't good for Soapbox. He's went on the mediums.
Well, I mean, he's most likely going to come into the pits again, so it's going to be a net zero loss. But one more lap, he was so close to getting that safety car that he was goal hanging for.
Oh, he was so unlucky. But he can still win this race. He will be right behind all the other drivers with the help of the safety car. Doesn't really affect everything up front, because pretty much, actually the tyres, pretty much it's going to be on who is the bravest to make the big moves.
If you're someone like Sergioli or Lifebout, you might as well go for it.
Oh, you have to. So,
haven't been able to make any progress. If you can use some soft tyres compared to worn mediums, then you're kind of loving life. That's your best opportunity to try and recover something in this race, because the strategy of staying out longer and giving yourself a tyre offset has not worked. They haven't made any progress.
Well, let's see what happens. Christian. Yeah, he's coming in. He's coming in. They're all coming in so far. No, Leonardo's staying out. Interesting.
He didn't want to queue. Leonardo did not want to queue behind Christian.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Well, I still question whether that was the right thing to do. Would have lost him a couple of places. Obviously, he's now got the track position, the outright track position, the lead of the race.
It's on medium. Epic Veil's on mediums. Epic Veil's on mediums. Now, was that a mistake, or did he actually want to go? Soapbox is going to come in. Now, where's he going to come out? He's come out ahead of Lifebout. Okay.
He's ahead of Sergioli, by the way.
And Sergioli
would have been held a little bit behind Epic Veil.
Oh, no.
It's an interesting call, those mediums, because if you think about it, the soft tyres will obviously be the quicker tyre, but racing very, very quickly at the end of this race, low fuel, those tyres are going to overheat. It could be a play that either... You might as well go for it. That's what I'm thinking. He needs to try and... He has to win this championship, Epic Veil.
Indeed he does. So Epic Veil is going to play the conservative option. He wants to win this championship, so he doesn't want those tyres burning to death. So he's gone on the mediums. So it's a Ferrari 1-2. Leonardo leads.
This is going to be absolute chaos on the restart. That lead Ferrari Leonardo on those aging mediums. Going to be very, very slow. He's hit the safety car.
What has he done? He's hit the safety car. Surely that's... Surely there's a penalty for that. Well, he's damaged.
He's definitely lost his right front end plate. No penalty popping up that I can see.
Strange. Well, that was pretty silly, I'd have to say. I'm sorry, but the unwritten rule of Formula 1 is you don't hit the safety car. And now...
Don't get yourself in a position where you can hit the safety car.
Well, yeah, that's a good idea, actually. Well, so what's going to happen here if you're Leonardo? Well, I think you've got to stay out, haven't you?
Surely you've got to pit. That's your best chance. You're just going to go
backwards.
If he stays out, he'll finish last. He does.
Oh, he's hit the ballard too. So Leonardo, try to stay out, hit the safety car, has to come in, and now he's going to have to do all that work from 11th place.
9th, actually, because Soapbox and Diogo Silva have both boxed as well.
Oh, you're right. Actually, no, it is 11th, I think.
Oh, yeah, because he had the wing change. My apologies.
Yes, he had the wing change. So they're all on sauce. Well, Soapbox is in 9th now, so nothing lost. And I think this will extend the... actually, I don't think it'll extend the safety car period. I think the safety car is coming in now for that goes. Epic Veil made a big mistake.
It's an interesting question because if there were 10 laps to go, I'd say he's got it right on the strategy.
Oh, absolutely.
We don't know how quickly those soft tyres are going to burn up. The wear's not going to be the issue. It's going to be the temperatures.
So, every tyre has been used. Soft, medium and hard. Except by Epic Veil, I think. I know, Soapbox... no, Soapbox came in. I'm surprised he didn't go on softs. But yeah, it'd be old one.
I think for Soapbox, it was just a case of he'd made the decision before, so he stayed out for the first lap just to see what kind of track position he would get. He was in P7, I think it was. Decided, you know what? I think I can maybe get a better result if I put on the brand new soft compound tyres. We haven't had the message the safety car's coming in either, which is a little bit concerning.
I think it'll come soon. It's pulling away now. Might come at any moment.
Come on, game.
It might not be this lap. Oh, it's coming in. It is coming in. It's very late. It's 3 corners to the line. So here we go. Christian at the front is going to be... Oh my word, he's slowing them right down. You let it slow them to any speed you like. As long as you don't speed and then slow down and speed up again. Here we go. 4 to go.
Epic Veil slow out of the Casio triangle. Here comes Evan 9. The Williams can't quite use the slipstream. Has to duck back underneath the rear wing of the Haas car. Couldn't grab second place from Epic Veil. And
here they come around starting this. The 4th to last lap. It is Christian ahead of Epic Veil. Is Epic Veil going to do well in these medium tyres? Jan and Evan 9 are fighting for 3rd place. This whole race turned on its head by a safety car. And now Yasser Saki is going to be under threat from Lifeboat. Lifeboat really needs to make these positions up, and he's got to make them up now. 4 to go. And it's going to be a tough one, I tell you. I think they only have 2 laps of DRS. If we don't include the move, there's a move! Lifeboat easily into the hairpin for 5th place, and his next challenge will be Gian, half a second ahead.
Yasisaki didn't just leave the door open, he rolled out the red carpet for Lifeboat there. Lifeboat was all the way ahead by the time that Yasisaki started to turn in for the corner. Brilliant move, Yasisaki. A little bit lackadaisical potentially with his defence there, and now he's got Sergio all over the back of him as well.
And Epic Veil has to use a lot of his energy up. Christian has used a lot of his energy up. Evan Knight has to get past the Epic Veil as soon as possible because these medium tyres can be holding him up.
He's doing an okay job though, Epic Veil. If he can just keep in the DRS until lap number 26 and 27, he'll consider himself the favourite potentially to win this race, courtesy of being in 2nd position. But Evan 9, Jan and Etolk behind will want to make life a little bit harder for the Haas driver.
Well, the gap is now closed up to half a second. 3 to go here at Suzuka, where there's always been a battle for the lead. But we don't know who's going to win this race. The gaps don't seem to be as close as they used to be. I think some people got a bad start from the safety car and now have to make up the deficit.
I tell you what, those mediums, now that they've come up to temperature, obviously would have taken a little bit longer than the softs. Epic Veil in that first sector looked very, very quick compared to Christian in front.
Yeah, 4 attempts. He's doing very well as Epic Veil, I have to say. I think they're all doing very well to stay in this race at this point. And now Lifeboat is starting to close up on Jan. This will be for 4th place. Starting to climb up the order again. This is crucial for the championship too, with 2 rounds to go after this one. Jan and Evan Nye starting to close up again. Evan Nye's got a lot of battery, so is Epic Veil, but Christian not as much as the other 2. Here we come towards 130 yard once again. Who is bold enough to make some moves? They've got to make some moves soon, because it will get to a point where they will run out of time. Oh, what's this? Is that Lifeboat? Lifeboat dives on the inside of Jan. I'm sorry I missed that again, but Lifeboat now up to 4th, and now he's chasing Evan Knight for 3rd.
Unbelievable move.
Yes.
Unbelievable. Absolutely perfect. Lifeboat is right in the thick of this for the win. Epic Veil doesn't take the lead away from Christian down to turn number 1. Epic Veil staying in 2nd. Evan Nye still in 3rd. Lifeboat, watch out. Sergio still down in 7th. The championship may just be turning in the favour of the RB driver. Look at Epic Veil, the grip that he's got, the confidence through this first sector.
No way. He's actually challenging for the lead at Dunlop. And so is Evan Nye. They've got to be careful. They know what happened last week.
No contact yet.
No contact yet. Oh my goodness. Christian is holding everyone up. This is going to get extremely dangerous. As you can see, Evan Nye had to duck down the inside. And now Lifeboat's actually been hard done by that. Now he's got Jan all over his gearbox.
Epic Vale, was this the best strategical decision we've seen this season so far? There's still just over a lap to go, but he's in the box office. He's in prime position to take this lead down into turn number 1 with the slipstream and the DRS. Evan Nye is his closest challenger now, unless Lifeboat pulls off something extraordinary. Look at the closing speed. He's going around the outside of 130R. Epic Vale's getting boxed in with 3 wide. Evan Nye to the outside. Epic Vale relegated down into 3rd.
And now he's going to try and get his beat. He's lost that position again. Sergio and Yasosaki are fighting. This is the final lap. Here we go. They're all going to be going for every single position here. Epic Vale going to go to the outside and take the lead. And will he be challenged? That is the question. Evan Nye is going to be challenging Christian. Christian's going to be challenging Epic Vale. Lifeboat's going to challenge all 3 of them. Who is going to win this? It's a repeat of last week, but it's going to be much harder, considering the track is much narrower and there are less DRS zones. Oh, he's running away.
Still pushing incredibly hard. Massive wobble for Christian coming out of Dunlop corner. Epic Vale is off. He's in the clear. He's in the distance. This battle's for 2nd place only now.
So here we go. Epic Vale is running away. Christian is trying to close up. Evan Nye trying to close up. Lifeboat trying to get involved. And now suddenly, I think he closed up for a second there, but no, he's running away again. Half a second, still the gap for 2nd place. Evan Nye is closing up again. Now, I don't think Christian's got it. He's got no DRS. He's got no ERS, and Epic Vale's going to just dump it all here, I think. Oh, Lifeboat's had a slide. Here we go, towards 130R for the final time. Is there a last-ditch effort for Christian? Leonardo's got a penalty. Who cares? He's in 11th. There's going to have to be a move here at the Casio Triangle, surely. Is he going to calculate it right? Lifeboat's going to try and calculate. He goes to the inside. He can't get the move. Epic Vale from 9th to 1st. He's mastered it. He takes victory. And Lifeboat gets picked by the line by Jean. By 600ths. Thousand, sorry.
That could prove crucial in the championship. A point lost for the RB. Finishes just 1 ahead of Sergio, but it is Epic Vale with one of the best strategy decisions I think we've ever seen. Putting on those medium tyres because he felt confident he could push them harder than other people could do on the softs. And he takes home his first win, I think, since round number 2, Epic Vale.
See, the fastest tyre doesn't mean you're the fastest driver.
Precisely.
Epic Vale with an epic win. And Jan gets 4th ahead of Lifeboat at the line. Jan snatching something away again, affecting the championship race.
Christian, hats off, you have to say. Fought incredibly hard. In the end, comes home in 2nd. Evan Nye, brilliant podium. I think that's his 2nd of the season. Jan, like you said, getting ahead of Lifeboat. Sergioli and Lifeboat recovering from that strategical blunder that they made on the under the pit stop window. Yasosaki in 7th ahead of Zane, Soapbox and Diogo Silva both picking up a couple of points as well. Leonardo, the last of the classified finishers, 4 retirees, 1 of them a crash, 3 of them some disconnections.
And the order's not coming up on the screen again. This is not very good. But we do know that the winner was Epic Vale ahead of Christian. Ahead of Evan Nye, who tried to get 2nd place at the end. Ahead of Giant and then Lifeboat. That's your top 5. My word, what a race that was. I'm surprised there were no big collisions.
No, it was, for the most part, relatively
They weren't
clean.
from last week.
You do.
It was much narrower anyway. Because of, how the tracks work. We should mention by next week, we don't know what the standings are, just so that's quite unfortunate. But we can tell you, next week will be the penultimate round and we are in Viva Las Vegas for the penultimate round of the PSGL season. And then we'll be off to Bahrain, which I don't think I'll be there for because I'm scheduled to work until 7 o'clock that night. So I might not be doing it. I could try and join the race. You could stream it.
You're missing the finale?
I could try and get in for the race.
Okay. Well,
I'll be home by about quarter past. But yeah,
we'll cross it when we get there.
Anyway, I thank you all for watching this in what's been another hectic race. There are 2 rounds to go. We will see you next week in Las Vegas, the entertainment capital of the world. And
make sure you check out GT Omega, best sim racing equipment in the business, and use the code PSGL at checkout for 5% off your purchase.
Absolutely. So, that will do it. I hope to see you next week for the penultimate round of the season. The battles get even more intense here on the Premier Sim Gaming League, the greatest league in the world, without a doubt. Powered by GT Omega. Good night to you all.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.